This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world. As Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yay! Welcome, America! That's right. This is part of the Home Talk USA radio family, the Home Talk USA Home Improvement Show, where each week and every week we like to talk to different inventors, the technologies of the future. I woke up one day and I had the Inventor Lady herself, Rita Crompton, been on the show many times trying to help these companies get their products to market, their technology to market, and I really didn't realize the path and the difficulties that it would take to get some great new technology to the market. And I said, hey, it would be a waste. It would be a waste to have a great technology that can basically make all our lives a little better, but it didn't even come up to the plate because of all the bureaucratic, financial. So that's what this show's all about. I'd like to welcome my co-host right now, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Hey, Rita, how you doing?
I am doing fine, Michael. How are you?
Where does time go? It looked like I was just talking with you. Now it's time to do this all over again. Man, I know. I never realized how fast a week would go by till I was starting to do the radio show every Monday, and it's like, holy cow, it's Monday again. And I think you're starting to respect of what it takes to produce a weekly radio show. It's not easy, huh? Keep coming up with the new, fresh information and topics and all the that we have to make the show fresh each week, right?
That is so true, and fortunately, because I've been involved with inventors across America through the United Inventors Association and certainly the National Hardware Show, and now that we are doing this, I will get somewhere between 5 and 10 new inventors every day who want to be on the show. That's amazing. And with my conversations with them, I have actually got topics listed out to cover us through about August.
Oh, you're doing better than us.
And the list just keeps growing because I will get somebody in a conversation like, oh, we can do that for a show. Oh, we can do that for a show. So we have got inventors that contact us all the time, either through the form that is on my website, inventorlady.com, and those drop right into my mailbox, or LinkedIn. And if you go to LinkedIn, oh my goodness, we will get so many comments and requests to be on problems that people have solved, and they want to share.
Yep. Now, today's topic...
It's wonderful.
Yeah, now today's topic is going to be about your first prototype, right?
Well, today's topic is about how things have changed post-pandemic.
Okay. Oh, your first prototype was last week. See, I'm a week behind. Okay, that's good.
I'll get you caught up. Yeah,
you got to get me caught up. All right. But that's good. We already did a show on your first product. Hey, so tune in the show last week. That's right. So tell me about the show.
Well, nobody put pandemic in their 2020 business plan. 2019 was rolling along. Everything was great. We went to the National Hardware Show. We had good products out there. And then in January of 2020, everything came to a screeching halt. And, one of our inventors that's on today, he survived. One of the other ones, the first one, Frank, he started, right about then, but now he wasn't manufacturing. So now he's getting into manufacturing mode. Well, things have changed, and our expert who's on this afternoon is Joshua Robinson with ITI Manufacturing, and they've been around for a long time. I've worked with ITI many, many years, and they're going to share with us what they have seen change post-pandemic, and some of it is materials, some of it is, the different stores are looking at different pricing. Amazon took a big jump and ate everybody's lunch during pandemic mode. And so a lot of products now, instead of launching at a local hardware store, will launch on Amazon. Yeah,
that's a good point. And so we have a great show for everybody, and we're going to be talking about all these great new topics, the fresh content each week. And at the end of the show, we got always got breaking news what's happening here, but we're going to also remind people how they can reach you, right?
That's right. We always do. And
now, Rita, there's a lot going on. So let's talk about our three guests again. Frank Taegar, right, with the Taegar Leash, right?
Yes, and Frank is a fairly new inventor. He's got a lot of ideas. He's just getting ready to get some into the marketplace. Right. And then our next one, Mendel, he is actually manufacturing, and he manufactured through the pandemic. Very cool product.
Yeah.
I know what all of my ladies in the family are getting for Christmas. They're getting one of these vases. And then our expert, Mendel, is actually a client of ITI Manufacturing. So they have been doing the manufacturing. So a great contact there. I find that a lot of times our experts and our sponsors, ITI, we're working together to see if we can get them as a sponsor. And they will have then clients. If they're going to be the expert, frequently they've got a client who lived through that issue.
Wow. And the whole purpose is...
We've got so many contacts out there. It's wonderful.
And the whole purpose of what we do here is to basically, again, to recap, is to give that good blueprint from the development stage, the writing stage, prototype stage, legal stage. Just walk them through this path so they can avoid them making all these serious rookie mistakes that you can make trying to get your product to market, right?
That's right. And for the inventors are listening to the show, what we do is we say, all right, here, if you want to be able to ask questions and get on with us, we do the Inventor Roundtable meetings twice a month. They're free. All you have to do is log into it. And so that information is available for the way you sign up to attend the meetings. And, a lot of times our service providers and our guests that are on will be attending the meetings, so you can actually talk to them and ask them questions. But we want all of our regular listeners out there to say, oh, my goodness, what a cool product, and then go to the websites and support your local inventors by buying their products, and that's wonderful.
That is. Well, there's some music right there that's telling me we got to take a break, got to pay some bills right here on the Home Talk USA radio program. You're listening to the Invent America segment of our show, where each week and every week we try to help, to expose, to guide, to advise all these young inventors, and also educate you on the technology that's coming up the pipe. Home Talk USA is about 10 years ahead of everybody, so it's good to know what's coming up in the near future. So right here, we are streaming live on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. On behalf of the Inventor Lady herself, Rita Crompton, and myself, the Cajun Man from the Bayou Land, we're going to be right back. Yay!
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HometalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HometalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yahee! Welcome back. Anything you want to know about Home Talk USA or the Invent America show that we do here, just check out our website at HometalkUSA.com. All right, Rita, wow, who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Frank Taegar. He is from Florida, retired from the Sheriff's Department, and just a prolific inventor with new products that are coming down his path. And today he's going to be talking about his first one that he's going to launch, Taegar Leash. Frank, thank you so much for joining us today.
Wow, thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you for the invite.
My pleasure. So tell us a little bit about the Taegar leash that you are going to be launching. Why is it different than the other leashes that are out there?
Well, I've had it out in the market before, but now we're actually seriously thinking about bringing it back into the marketplace because of an issue that it solves. The Taegar leash was designed for a Rottweiler that I had. He was a puller. So I had to figure out how to gain better control over my Rottweiler. So I created this a dog leash with two little loops. It looks like Mickey Mouse design, the ears of Mickey Mouse, so to speak, right? And then I utilized it, and it was like, wow, this is amazing. Only because it didn't put pressure on my wrist, my elbow, or my shoulder when he would like pull away from me. So, I actually achieved what it is that I was going after, with that design.
Oh, that's great, because I have a husky. I live in Tennessee, and I have a husky that thinks he should live in Kentucky. And so we do have that pulling issue, and he is 80 pounds of pure muscle. So I can appreciate the challenge that it has. But, you had the idea pre-pandemic. Now you're looking at getting it into the marketplace post-pandemic. How have you had to shift your planning and your strategies during all of the pandemic stages?
Well, it actually caused me to activate it again, only because of the pandemic. A lot of people, were trying to find things to do, and they were locked in their homes, and finally they got released. So, I mean, the interaction with their pets, the animals, their behavior, actually changed. So I decided to go ahead and say, okay, let's go ahead and give this thing another try, because the dynamics of our society had changed.
Oh, they certainly have. So how close are you getting to be ready to launch the Taegar leash?
Well, I could actually, I could say we're out about a month and a half, because I'm actually looking for a manufacturing facility, which I'm planning on doing it myself with other people, to be able to provide jobs for people as well.
Sure. Well, you can give a call to Joshua Robinson. He is our expert on today, and that is exactly what they do, is manufacturing.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So you've got other products that are coming along. Can you give us an idea kind of the categories that you're working in?
Okay, I've actually literally created dozens upon working prototypes. I cover the genre of camping, building structures. I do, especially now, the exercise equipment that I've created, totally focuses on the inner core strength building. I mean, that concept has been around for decades. However, I've found that the products that I've designed that actually addresses the issue of core strength actually really works.
Excellent. So you're at the point right now, your website hasn't quite launched yet, And so we will let everyone know when it does launch and post your website as soon as you get ready to go live.
Yes.
Excellent. So you stay in touch. Let us know what you need. And, as you're shifting through this, so you're going to manufacture the products yourself, and so you are in startup mode, right?
Correct. Yes, I am.
All right. And so when you look at your products, did the idea of doing it yourself lead you to pick a certain product over another product?
Yes, ma'am. Only because we've got we're so diverse, and we could literally sit and pick and choose what market we actually want to go ahead and start participating in. You know what I mean? And I'm looking for the ease of manufacturing, so I would love to be able to speak to Mr. Robertson about that, because I'm actually trying to create a matrix in which, we set up a manufacturing process that we could literally have manufactured anywhere, and that's where the job creation comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will make sure that you get Josh's contact information after the show. I'm sure that he will be able to give you some answers to your questions. And, we deal with a lot of inventors who want to be able to license their intellectual property, especially when they're serial inventors. And then we deal with a lot of inventors who are in startup mode just like you, and they have to pick and choose their different products and then really bring in the team members that are going to be the experts in different areas.
Uh-huh.
And when I went to your website, I saw that you were putting together your team now, and I want to give you, a good pat on the back, a nice hand clap for the work that you've done to get your products out there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So, back in the beginning, how did you go, I think I'm going to retire and I'm going to become an inventor? I mean, that's not generally something that you says, what do you want to be when you grow up? How did you get there?
Well, I've always been a looker for problems, and it just comes natural to me. This is why I'm able to go ahead and produce so many of these prototypes, because I see solutions and problems that people face every day, and usually it comes in the form of a product. And I've tested that, and it's a natural.
All right, we're going to have to take a short break. Rita, I'm going to have to take a short break. Let's get that information. How can we learn more about our friend Frank?
Go to the Inventor Lady website, and we will be posting his website as soon as it's ready.
Okay, great. Say, what is your website again, Rita?
InventorLady.com.
InventorLady.com. Frank, thank you for being our guest. Good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to have to take another short break. Got to pay some bills, right? Right, the Inventor Lady?
That's right.
All right, we're going to be right back. I'm the Cajun contractor, Michael King, along with the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. We're going to take a short break. Yay! I'll be right back.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HometalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HometalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, welcome back. That's right. This is the Invent America show, the part of the Home Talk USA radio family, where each week and every week we try to discuss new technologies with these great inventors around the globe, you could almost say. And Rita, man, I tell you, Frank was a real good guest. He's got some great stuff happening, But who's our next guest?
Well, our next guest is Mendel Schectman. And Mendel, I hope I pronounced that last name correctly. He is the inventor of the Amaranth, and you can correct me on that one too, vase. And it was funny because when he was telling me about this product, I'm thinking, okay, all of the women in the family want one of those for Christmas. The challenge, boy, Mendel, you took the challenge right, head on when you launched in 2020. So you went through all the stages, and then you've got a brand new product that you were launching right in the middle of a pandemic. So tell us first, Mendel, thank you so much for being with us, but tell us what is the Amaranth Vase, and then how did you go about launching when everybody else was kind of curling up their toes and you're going full speed ahead?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. And you're 2 for 2 on the names. Both of those are correct. So good job there. When I launched in 2020, pandemic had really just started. So I had no idea if it was going to impact, how it was going to impact, and really, really what to do with the product at all. I knew I had a good idea. I knew I wanted to bring it to market. So I brought it in, and kind of when I got it in, I was just trying to figure out, how to go about selling it. So, just bringing in a product at all is a challenge. Figuring out how to market it is a challenge. And then with the pandemic, you're like, okay, now everybody's at home doing nothing, not going to stores or anything. So it kind of added another little bit of a wrinkle to it. But it was challenging, really with or without the pandemic.
That's for sure. On the good side for you, though, is, at that point, people were really shopping on Amazon. So launching on Amazon was probably a good thing.
Yeah, we started on Amazon. We actually started on our own website and Amazon simultaneously. Amazon kind of, got out of the gate pretty quickly, and you can't really match the Amazon exposure. So launching on Amazon really gives you visibility to the general, customer base, but also to other sellers who see your product on Amazon and decide, hey, that looks pretty cool. I want to put it in my store. So, yeah, it's really, Amazon's been a blessing.
Well, it is really cool. So tell everybody what it is.
Sure. So the Amaranth Vase gives you the ability to drain all the old, yucky water out of the vase and replace it with fresh water without having to take the bouquet out of the vase. Clean out the water and add water, and then put the bouquet back in. So usually, when you have to drain the water, you have to take out the flowers and the dirty water, by hand, makes a mess, and the bouquet never goes back into the vase the same way. So you kind of ruin the arrangement there. So this, being able to do is change the water and trim the stems without having to touch the flowers. You just twist it, you drain the water, you snip the stems, and then you refill with water, and you're good to go.
It is very cool. I was really impressed, and I told my husband already, it's like, if it's not for Mother's Day, we want one of those for Christmas, and then I would get everybody else, all of the other women in the family, one of those for Christmas. So what have you seen shift now, kind of post-pandemic? I noticed that you've told me that you were selling in some of the stores. How did you go from that, just being basically e-commerce to more now of the gift shops and person-to-person?
Yeah, so we've really seen, over the last year or so, things really open up and retailers be more flexible with what kind of products they bring in, experimenting more. It's not just, the essentials that the stores are buying. They're really opening it up to anything and everything. So they're willing to stock and take chances on products that they normally typically wouldn't stock because they're seeing more foot traffic coming in. And they're able to cross-sell or upsell some ancillary products that kind of fits the product categories that they're selling. So like gift shops and florists and grocery stores, they're willing to take chances now on products because they're getting that foot traffic in, and they can allocate some shelf space to products like mine.
Well, I know a very cool radio show where you could advertise.
In progress.
So what advice do you have for our audience in trying to get a new product into the marketplace?
Just start. Go online, find anything and everything you can about people that have done it before. Inevitably, you're going to make mistakes. but the mistakes will help you grow and build on it. The main thing is just keep going. What happened yesterday is not going to happen tomorrow. Even if you've failed the day before, it's a chance to make it right the next day. And even a success that happened the day before, it's not going to be replicated every day. So you got to keep moving, keep going, and just don't give up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Very good.
Mendel, you very well said, my friend. It's all about education and information. You know, if you have the information, and at least it's going to help you make that very wise and intelligent decision, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not everybody's experience is going to be the same as yours. So what didn't work for somebody else, you know, might work for you.
Well, and you're right. Because the path is different. It depends what your product and your technology is. Not all product and technology is going to have that same path, you know?
Yeah, and you got to recognize the difference and make an educated decision as you can make. That's what you got to do, and you know, see what happens.
Well, there's the music, my friend. Time is up. Got to pay some bills. How do we reach Mendel, Rita?
Well, he has got a website. It is amaranthvase.com. I will spell that for you. It's AMARANTH Vase, VASE.com, and we will have the link on the website with all of the broadcasts.
Now, you know what the difference between a vase and a vase is, right, Rita?
I don't know.
$5.
Oh, there. I like that.
$5. Now, you like, you know, it could be $100, but it was $5, you know. A vase.
There you go.
A vase, a vase. Hey, Mendel, thank you so much, my friend. Good luck to you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. We got to run right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. Stay tuned. We got another guest, another topic right here with the most listened to, downloaded home improvement radio show in the country at HomeTalkUSA.com. Me and Rita will be right back. Yay!
Welcome back to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back to the only home improvement show dedicated to you, the American consumer. Don't forget, any questions or comments you want to make, just visit our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. Also, you can catch us on all the Facebook and social media, the Twitter. The keyword is Home Talk USA. All right, Rita, this next guest, I'm looking forward to speaking with him and you. I love talking to the manufacturer themselves because I tell you, these are the guys that make it happen, because you can have all the technology in the world, but if you don't have anybody producing the technology, I don't care what you have. You got nothing, right?
That's right. And I have known ITI Manufacturing for years, and they've always had a very good reputation and done good work for my inventors. And Joshua, we've got our first guest needs to give you a call when this is all over because he's looking for a manufacturer. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's quite a pleasure.
So Joshua is president and CEO of ITI Manufacturing. And so, like we were saying earlier, is that nobody put pandemic in their 2020 business plan. And manufacturing, it shifts and it changes as the world's economy changes and as technologies change. But man, the last couple of years have been just a real hard knock when it comes to getting a product out there. So how have you seen things change in the last couple of years?
Sure. Well, number one, thanks for having me on today. So obviously things changed for everybody in 2020, and I think everything started when everybody was more or less sent home, okay? And so you had a lot of people transitioning to work from home. They were no longer spending money on restaurants and services like daycare and that sort of thing. So there's a lot of money available for people to spend on consumer products so that they could enjoy in their homes and that they needed to because they were spending all of that time at home and needed experiences for their children, experiences for themselves that they weren't getting externally anymore. And so that shifted a lot of demand profiles for products that companies used to be accustomed to selling in the brick-and-mortar locations. Suddenly consumers' demand was changing. It was all going to e-commerce. The types of products they wanted were changing. And couple that with what happened with availability of materials. Costs were skyrocketing. Shipping times were increased. Shipping costs were increasing. So there was a lot of flux in availability and costs of both raw materials, products, and shipping space. So everyone in manufacturing has been through a difficult couple of years because of those issues. A lot of it has kind of returned to normal at this point. We've seen goods become available pretty routinely. The supply chain has gotten a lot more predictable over this time. But man, it was very, very tough for any consumer goods product company to kind of just understand and stick with what was going on in their particular consumer markets.
Yeah. Well, and ITI is not just our expert on today. We are working with you to become one of our main sponsors. And so people will start seeing your name out there on a regular basis. What is it that an inventor should bring to you?
Sure. Well, since we're the custom manufacturing or contract manufacturing piece of any inventor's sort of product cycle, it's important to understand what's required for manufacturing, okay? The language of manufacturing is essentially engineering drawings. So once inventors have completed their design process, understood their customers' needs, finalized packaging requirements, and basically have their product to a point where they are saying to themselves, I want to launch this into the marketplace. That is the point at which you contact ITI, because at that point you've got engineering designs, material specifications, bill of materials, all of that design data available for us to talk to manufacturers to be able to provide pricing and put together proposals for a complete turnkey manufacturing of the product.
Excellent. So when we're looking at then I get inventors that say, well, I want to manufacture in the U.S. And then we get inventors that say, I really don't care. I want somebody else to manufacture. My sense was always it depends on the materials that you need and what you need. Is that still kind of the way it is that you look at what it is that you're manufacturing and then what materials are going to be required?
Sure. That's a piece of it. It also kind of depends on where your customers are located, what sort of price point you need to be at. So, for example, some products are very good to be manufactured in China. Other products are very good to be manufactured here in the U.S. And the degree to that kind of balance often depends on the amount of labor involved in the product, the materials used in the product. So there are a whole host of factors that kind of help you along in this process of making your decision of where in the world should I manufacture my product.
All right, and that is a great place to cut because the music is getting louder. Thank you so much, Joshua, for being on today, and we will have you back many times.
Thank you very much, Rita. You take care and have a great day.
And that website is itimanufacturing.com, and we will have it on our website. All right, we are off to pay some bills. Thank you, everyone, and Michael and I will be right back.
Welcome back to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
I'm glad to be joining the party here with my my sidekick, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Rita, this is a segment of the show where we're wrapping up. I always like to put out the information about your website. If somebody has a technology, maybe an inventor out there, what's the process of getting them on the show? And walk me through it.
All you have to do is go to inventorlady.com. It comes right up there where it says, would you like to be a guest on the show? You click on the button, you fill out the information, and it drops right into my inbox for my email so that I can see it. We want to invite everyone to join us at the Inventor Roundtable meeting so you can ask your questions. It's kind of the call-in part of the show. And you can access all of that information right from inventorlady.com.
Well, Rita, we're out of time. There's the music. Man, it goes pretty quick. But thank all of you. Till next week, on behalf of the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton, I am the Cajun man from the Bayou Land. I'm the originator, not the duplicate. Please don't accept no substitution. Till next week, this is the Invent America show. Stay tuned right here. Keep it going for the Home Talk USA radio show that's following in this hour. Yay!
Home Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!